For science!
Well, salutations, Dillionaires. It is time for the Dills Hearthstone League Season 3, Week 1. This is the first of our featured matches, which I will be casting. So today we're going to have Mattatarms versus Dan0. For anybody who doesn't know, Dan0 is the guy who's responsible for all of this. So I'm just going to go ahead and let them know that they can go ahead and start their game. And we'll get in there and start casting this bad boy. I'm excited to see this. Dan0 is he brought some meme decks last year in last season, but I think he's taking it a little more serious this time. Dan0's bringing Warrior, Rogue, and Lock. I don't exactly know what the archetypes are within that, but he also brought a Shaman, which was banned. Mattatarms brought Lock, Hunter. We shall see how that goes, and a Rogue as well, and his Shaman was also banned. So if you're checking it out here on the stream, you may notice a few things are different from a normal stream. There will not be any dancing when subs happen, but your name will go across the bottom of the screen there. You can also see we've got a scoreboard here on the right, and yeah, should be a lot of fun. All right, looks like first match we've got the Rogue versus the Warrior for Dan0. Dan0 looks to be playing just the pure Dragon Warrior. There's probably the Pirate package in there as well. And unfortunately, too, the top cards are going to be upside down because I'm using OBS Classic, and it doesn't allow you to turn them upside down on your own. So, and Mattatarms looks to be running an aggro Rogue because we can see that the Argent Horse Rider's in there. Alexstrasza's Champion is an insanely strong card. A 3/3 for charge for 2 mana. I mean, you would pay 3 mana and you'd feel fine about a 3/3 with charge, for sure. I want to pull up their records from last season and see if I can find how they did, because these are both old school Dillionaires here. These guys have been playing in the Dills Hearthstone League since the beginning. Obviously, Dan0 was the one who runs the whole damn thing. Let me check out season 2 here. Let's see if I can check out the brackets. So definitely Mattatarms got about as fast of a start as you can get, but Dan0's got all the tools he needs to fight back right now. And so really it's going to come down to who draws stronger in the mid game, and of course these Draconid Crushers have really kind of stifled Dan0's hand, but double deadly poison in this deck too. That is a really interesting inclusion. But it's going to come in handy here, as he's going to be able to take care of this Alexstrasza's Champion with ease. Alright, let's pull this chat over here. I got a lot of things on my screen right now, so give me a moment while I organize things. No music, can we put it up on YouTube, right? That is absolutely true. We're going to be putting all this stuff on YouTube. Alright, so brackets for season 2, let's see here. So Dan0 was actually, Dan0 just missed the playoffs last season, I think. He ended the season at 5-3. And Mattatarms, did he play last season? I thought he did. Oh, he finished 4-4. Okay, but 4-4 pops you all the way down into a tie for 20th. Wow. It's a competitive league, everybody. It's a competitive league. I like this version of the Aggro Pirate Warrior from Mattatarms. The Naga Corsair is a really interesting inclusion. It's also got Shaku the Collector. So we're probably going to see another Deadly Poison here. Yeah, unfortunately, he's going to have to also use a deckhand to clean up this Azure Drake. But he does still have, I mean, he gets the Swashbuckler out as well. Probably the best idea there would have been to start with the Swashbuckler just to see what the draw is. But that's a fantastic draw. That allows him to hold on to his South Sea deckhand. Now he can just clean up the 4/4 with the Inner Rage and continue to pressure face. Although Dan0 did beautifully set up these 9/9 Draconids, but now there's a little bit too much pressure to be able to utilize them. So looks like he's going to have to swap his game plan and go for more bodies on board. This Frothy Berserker could definitely get out of control. Mattatarms will be looking for an Eviscerate or something to take care of this cleanly. So he could. So now the question is, how much damage are you willing to take, right? Oh, just gonna go for the Azure Drake, which means that this Frothing Berserker may go unchecked. Oh wow, that was a pretty big risk there, because with the Argent Horse Rider, you could have gone Horse Rider plus weapon to clean up that, and then the Corsair, or you could have done the other way. Corsair gets the value trade, and then you use weapon plus Horse Rider to clean up the Frothing. But he's gonna leave that Frothing unchecked, and it is now a 7 attack Frothing Berserker. Both these guys are slightly worried about their health totals at this point, though, as we are off to a fast and furious start to Dills Hearthstone League Season 3. A Shadow Step, not gonna do much here. You can get through the dragon, but you can't do much else. So I think it's pretty much gonna have to be an Azure Drake. He needs to. Okay, so now he can actually get backstabs as well, right? With double spell power, he could get a backstab, and he wouldn't be dead next turn. So backstab, eviscerate. There's the eviscerate. Okay, you can eviscerate the 3/6 here. Oh no. I think the play there was eviscerate the 3/6 and then trade the 4/4. He's gonna leave this 3 damage up, and now a Ragnaros 50-50. He could trade the 3/2 in, giving himself exactly a 50-50. Although if it kills either one of these minions, that's fine as well. I kind of feel like you're better off giving yourself a better chance to just win the game. Iggy, stop. But he's gonna go ahead. Okay, he's gonna give him the 50-50 by using the weapon, which pretty much this locks the game out, right? I mean, well, actually it doesn't, because Argent Horse Rider, Shaku, Small Time Buccaneer, he can go wide on the board. Seeing some really interesting back and forth all of a sudden. And get a Shadow Step to try to get that shield back, and hope to set up a reverse lethal of his own here. Mattatarms is, I mean, this is the only play really available at this point. Well, Dragonid Crusher. You could also go for the Sir Finley Murgleton, but I think you want that armor. I think if anything, you armor up and then play the Murgleton. And okay, there is a chance. 12 damage. It's gonna be hard to come by, especially with a 9/9 on board. So you attack with the Shaku and see what you get. A Brawl or something might do it. Oh, wait a minute. Wait, weapon up first. Naga Corsair. That does 6. That does 2. That does 2. I believe that's lethal. My goodness, Mattatarms found the magic. Oh, the mana. Oh, I forgot he's only on turn 9. That's gonna be game. Game 1 goes to Dan0. Congratulations. I actually for a second got fooled there, because I thought, like Twitch chat always does, the infinite mana was a thing. So Dan0 takes game number 1. Let's go ahead and update that score. Oh god, I have so many things on here. I gotta figure it out. Figure it out. There it is. That was a really cool game. All right, so Dan0's picked up the victory. He is up 1-0 right now. And we are playing Conquest, so that means Dan0's warrior is now gone, leaving him Rogue and Warlock. Rogue and Warlock. Now, if you're Mattatarms and you know that those are the 2 options left, you're assuming probably that the Warlock is going to be Reno Lock most of the time. And if it is Reno Lock, this might be why the Hunter is in the deck. And there it is. Mattatarms has queued up the Hunter. Okay, I really want to see what this Hunter build. It looks like a straight aggro build. Look at this. Double explosive shots and Leroy Jenkins. And Dan0 play has Cruel the Unshackled in his Warlock deck. Okay. We are he did tell me before the stream tonight that I was gonna like his lineup, and now I guess I'm seeing why. Rule the Unshackled. Alright. Acidic Swamp Ooze should come in handy against the Warrior. A Bloodsail Corsair allowing Hunter to play a Patches. I like this little tech here too. Look at this. This is awesome. Both these guys coming with some awesome creativity, as you would expect from a Dillionaire. I mean, Dillionaires are just the best, aren't they? So this is a little bit rough because you want to, as the Warlock, not take as much damage as you can against the hunter, but you also need to stick with your game plan of tapping. Aggressive tapping. I'm drinking some nice tea with honey right now to keep my voice going. I talked a lot yesterday. Alright, so now you can clean up with the Demon Wrath, or you can go ahead and just heal face. I like healing face. I mean, this challenges both these minions. And you might get more value later on from the Demon Wrath for sure. Here comes a Secret Keeper. Okay, so this is the Cloaked Huntress Secret Keeper build. I like this a lot.
Come, midnight.
I mean, you don't see the Hunter a lot on the ladder anymore because it's just not as fast as Pirate Warrior, right? But that doesn't mean that Hunter still doesn't have a place in the tournament meta where you're trying to counter specific decks and specific strategies. The problem with ladder is the predominant strategy on ladder is aggressive bash your face index. Alright, so now the Demon Wrath comes out, but now the Demon Wrath does not even kill this Secret Keeper. And depending on what the draws are here, that thing can continue to grow. Tracking. So right now the hand is very aggressive. I like the tracking first before the Animal Companion. Probably picking up another Animal Companion, but he goes for the kill command. Just trying to find enough burn damage, and of course always Huffer. So we're putting a lot of aggression to the face now. This Doomsayer is interesting because it will at least soak damage for you. So this depends on how much Dan0 is concerned about his health total, because the other plays, Kazakus and Twilight Drake, are certainly more powerful as far as fighting for the board. This Doomsayer really you can assume is just going to be like 2 mana gain 7 life, right? I really like that play. Going for the 1 mana Kazakus potion, deal 3 damage, gain 4 armor is a really powerful option here. So that worked out well. Quick Shot can deal with this Kazakus, allowing the Secret Keeper to still continue to put damage to the face. Unfortunately, the hand for Mattatarms has kind of gotten boggled down a little bit in this burn. He's got all burn and he's got no real plays this turn that make a lot of sense. So really now it's just protect my 2/1 and try to get as much damage out of it as I can. And you need to be pressing this button as often as you can as well to continue to put damage to the face. It's tricky right here. I mean, there are definitely some thoughts of maybe I should just play Leroy and push 8 damage this turn, because you are playing. Okay, Mattatarms goes ahead and goes for that play. 8 damage straight to the dome. All right. So now basically hoping that there's no Reno. This is the hope you have no Reno line of play. Now, obviously, if you're Dan0, you don't have Reno and you're incredibly scared. However, you don't have any real options here to fight back and do anything effective as far as gaining life or drawing cards. So I think you just need to play an Emperor here and clean up this board. Okay. Makes the value trade here. I think we're going to just see the Emperor. Yep. Emperor comes down. I mean, Emperor will make it so that next turn you have lots and lots of options, right? At this point, you're blast crystaling stuff. You don't care about the mana loss. Like the mana loss of the blast crystal was just kind of countered by the mana gain of playing Emperor Thaurissan. I think all of this has to go with face. Oh my god, he's actually gonna kill. Oh, I see what's going on. He's putting the Emperor Thaurissan to 2 so that it dies to the explosive shot. Or explosive trap, excuse me. Now, I guess the question now for Dan0 is, do you care about this explosive trap? Oh, man. I don't know. Letting a hunter just get away without you ever attacking face is certainly incredibly scary. But Dan0 might just... I mean, the problem is, this is always kind of like the quandary when you're playing against Secret Hunter, right? Is you're looking at them and you're thinking, I gotta kill him eventually, but I don't want to proc this trap. However, if you don't attack, they just keep pushing that button and shooting you in the face every turn. So I think Dan0's just thinking, I need to try to get to this Reno, and that's really my only out here. This is kind of an interesting situation for Mattatarms now. He can't get this explosive trap out of hand to be able to draw with this quick shot. And now this burn, instead of going to the face, is going to the Emperor Thaurissan. So you can siphon your own minions. And that might be what has to happen here. Lest you die. Alright. Or maybe you just play a Doom Guard and hope that you can race. If you're playing Bran, you're not playing a Doom Guard, that's for sure. Because you don't want to battle cry and discard 4 cards. Alright. So Dan0 is now thinking, Reno, please. Reno, please. 1 out of 18 at this point. Cat Trick can come out as well. And that, I mean, just, this is what Hunter does. They have infinite damage. They can push that button over and over again. This is really interesting. Now, let's say that Dan0 now thinks, okay, I should siphon one of my own minions. It'll actually proc Cat Trick, and he'll heal for 3, and he'll gain, or he'll give Mattatarms a 4/2 stealth cat. This is rough. I honestly think if you're Dan0, you need to go into race mode. Yeah, look at this. This is actually going to work against him. He gains 3 and effectively loses 4. And is that lethal? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 off of lethal, but the explosive trap will be up, so the explosive trap represents lethal. Basically, Reno or bust at this point, right? Can't even tap for it. It looks like Mattatarms has found a win with this Hunter. And as I said before, I think Hunter is a fantastic call in a tournament setting where you're trying to counter specific strategies like Reno Lock and Reno Mage. So there you go. Mattatarms evens up the series, bringing it to 1-1. This is a best of 5, so first to 3 wins. And as I said, if you didn't know, this is the Dills Hearthstone League Season 3, Week number 1. This is the first featured match. Dan0, who is the league operator, and Mattatarms, both veterans of the Dills Hearthstone League, tied up 1-1. Matt got a win with his Hunter, leaving his Lock and Rogue, and Dan0 has already gotten a win with his Warrior, leaving as well a Rogue and a Warlock. Both of them banned Shaman, so we will not be seeing any Shaman. But yeah, best of 5 with 1 ban, Conquest format. So Dan0 has brought the Stealth Rogue, which I've heard him talk about many times, and of course he's not a very good Stealth Rogue player apparently because he drew patches. And we got Mattatarms playing the Reno Lock here. Looks like a fairly standard build so far. We're seeing the Faceless Chandler. We can't tell if there's anything like combos and stuff yet. Forbidden Ritual, that's an interesting card. That could help you like reload the board at some point. So patches and the Cold Blood, he's just going to go ahead and start putting the pressure on. And I like this. I think, you know, you force that Reno Lock to have an answer, and a lot of times early on, they want to tap. Like, this is the turn where Mattatarms wants to be tapping, not coining out a Demon Fire or Demon Wrath. So that was a really effective play. I mean, you got 5 damage, and sure, 2 cards got killed by essentially 1 with the coins, like 1.5. But you stopped what the Reno Lock's plan was. The Reno Lock plan is to tap early and then play all these really powerful cards. So Mattatarms, very correct. Okay, there's 2 Twilight Drakes. This is just a hand lock. This is just basically a hand lock. Okay. Not Reno Lock, never mind. I do not know the full list for either of these guys, so we're learning this. We're learning all these cards together, everybody. Learning as we go. And you got a Finja here in Dan0's list. I've actually seen some people playing this. You run the Murloc package of double Bluegill Warrior, double Murloc War Leader, and when Finja actually kills something, if he pulls a War Leader, the buff counts. So you actually get the buff from the Finja. You can actually attack something with 4 attack, and Finja will get the buff from the Murloc War Leader and will not die. It's a really interesting interaction. So we got the Golden Lord Jaraxxus in this handlock deck. Now, I did hear, by the way, and we haven't talked about it because we're streaming, not my normal stream here, but Ben Brode recently said that they may be unnerfing Molten Giant. So handlock may be coming back. Just pure handlock. Once Reno cycles out, you can't do Reno Lock anymore, right? So if they unnerf Molten Giant, suddenly handlock becomes a very viable option again. Okay, so Faceless Shambler coming down. This makes a lot of sense. Right now you're facing down so much pressure. You need to put up the walls here. And we'll see what Dan0 has to get through a 4-6. So you can play the Bluegill Warrior and then attack. Oh yeah, okay, Shadow Sensei buffs it. Oh, look at this heads up play. But here you see the War Leader comes out, buffs the Finja, and now you got 2 4-2 charges. I'm curious to see if Dan0 just sends these up top, and he does. This is a really aggressive line, and I think it's absolutely correct in this case. Oh, that was a huge pickup though for Mattatarms. The Sunfury Protector can actually give him 2 big taunters. He's gonna have to kill this War Leader. So you probably want, yeah, make 2 big Drakes, taunt him up, get that War Leader down, and start trying to clean this board up a little bit. This is a really it's interesting because the Warlock, the old school handlock, this was kind of their comfort zone, right? I got 7 health, and now I can play 2 giant 8/8s and taunt them up and flip the board. I don't know how this works in modern handlock at all, so the Swashbuckler could find a Soulfire for lethal here. I think you start with that. Let's see if you get that Soulfire. Demon Wrath doesn't do it, but it does allow you to get through. You can, well, yeah, so you hit double hit with the 2-1s, and then you Demon Wrath, and then that's lethal. Let's see if Dan0 finds it. So you double hit with the 2-1s into the 4-6, and then you Demon Wrath, and that kills the 2 taunters, and then the 4-4, and the Eviscerate is lethal. Uh-oh. Dan0 missed it. Dan0 missed it. Dan0 missed lethal. Everyone give him crap and slack. Don't do it yet, though. He's still playing. That's all right. That was a tough one to see, actually. That was definitely not like the easiest lethal of all time to see. Now this is a curious situation here for Mattatarms. He must heal, obviously. He's 2 turns away from being able to Draxus. He can't actually clean all this stuff up. I don't see an out here. Like, I see what he's kind of thinking. He was thinking I could play Mistress of Mixtures and then Power Overwhelming it, and then when it dies at the end of the turn, I go up to 5 health. However, there's no way for him to be able to clean up enough of the board. So there will always be at least 5 damage left at the end of this turn. Yeah, so unfortunately that's going to be it. Dan0's going to take game number 2, or game number 3, excuse me, and go up 2-1. It appears that just playing aggressively is the way to go right now. So that means Dan0 must get 1 more win with that Reno lock. And Mattatarms does have a fairly decent matchup in his own aggro rogue. So I imagine aggro rogue will be what Mattatarms queues up now. Because again, it's a similar situation where it's basically, you know, just beat them down as fast as you can before they can set up, you know, their giant Twilight Drakes, Mountain Giants, or get that Reno out. A really interesting list there by Dan0. I would like to see his list. I would like to see that list, and I would like to try it. It looks quite fun. The Finja shenanigans are pretty cool. What's not cool is missing lethal, though. That's super not cool. I've never missed lethal in my life. You guys know that. All right. Mattatarms does go with this rogue deck, which we know is running double deadly poisons. This is a pretty nice start. I think you actually do keep the Shaku because Shaku is really good on turn 3. It never gets better than on turn 3. So I'm curious to see if this is a full keep from Mattatarms. I do like just holding on to the Swamp Ooze. Dan0 now should know, just like we do, that there are double deadlies in this deck. Iggy's trying to eat stuff. Hi, buddy. This is interesting. The Small Time Buccaneer, your patches is just gonna get eaten by this this Voidwalker. But it's kind of still better than doing nothing. God, eating something? Right. Get up here. Get up here where I can keep my eye on you, Iggy. Alright, good dog. This is normal in did he just not tap? He just decided not to even tap. Okay. Dan0 with the next level plays there. He is going to get some sweet Swamp Ooze value here, but I'm very curious about the non-tap. That was an interesting move. And here's, if I'm going to look for an explanation for why you wouldn't tap if you're Dan0, the non-tap is basically because you are super concerned about your life total, right? You know the deck is aggressive, so he's just basically trying his best to conserve his life total at every point. But I think early on, you still, as a Reno lock, you want to tap. You know, so I don't know. I'm curious about that. I don't agree with it as a method, but you know, hey. You do what you gotta do, right? This refreshment vendor is gonna get full value here, but he's gonna go with the brand, hoping that the brand lives, I guess. Does Dan0 know how much mana he has? Is Dan0 aware that he has 4 mana? Alright, well, Dagger Mastery is gonna clean, or I mean, Deadly Poison and the Buccaneer are gonna clean this up. This is one of the minions, this is one of the only minions I think that you forgo going face with Mattatarms deck. And more healing drawn. Is Dan0 going to refuse to tap again? Yes. Dan0, so afraid of dying, just not even tapping. Many turns in a row. Alright, well, you can use this dagger here because now you're redaggering straight into a Naga Corsair, which means you're going to buff your dagger. The Drunk Hearthstone League, that's right. Dandy Fawn, I appreciate the sub 4 months in a row. Welcome back. And here comes the wall. Had to pay full price for that wall, though. 5 mana, 4/5 with taunt. A Fist of Jaraxxus. This doesn't seem like a bad time to use it. Oh, and he misses. Swing and a miss. Well, you could Shadow Step your Swashbuckler, but you have Shadow Step for Leroy Jenkins, so that doesn't make sense. I think actually the better play, rather than Fist of Jaraxxus and taking the 50-50, was just to go for the Naga Corsair there, because Corsair plus the dagger, and then you should be able to deal with second rate bruiser on the next turn. Plus, the Corsair itself just trades evenly. Now, all of a sudden, after missing that 50-50, Mattatarms is in a little bit of a tight spot here, and this is the closeout game. So, if Dan0 can put this one away, that's gonna end the series. Mattatarms still has a lot of life, though. It has some decent cards, but let's see if Dan0 can find a way to put him away. The attack on the 1/1 is interesting. I kind of would have liked to have just gone face there, because what you're looking at is 4 damage on the board. Still can't even get through this. All right, so now the problem is you got a wall you got to get through, and you got a Thaurissan that is kind of a must kill. And right now, there's nothing really in hand, at least. A Doom, it's a little too early for that card to ever have any effect. However, this actually could come in really handy for Mattatarms at some point. All right, so he's now realizing the sad truth, which is that I cannot kill the Emperor Thaurissan. And there's the Reno Jackson. So now it's time to start tapping. Dan0, I know you weren't tapping earlier, but come on, man. Show me that tap, Dan0. Show me that fearless tap. Come on, buddy. I believe in you. You're not going to play a Reno at 25 health, are you? No, Dan0. No, don't do it. All right, looks like he's thinking about the Shadow Flame play. I don't mind the Shadow Flame play. You've gotten decent Thaurissan value. You're killing 2 5-attack minions. And you're going to heal. And still not tapping. This is driving me crazy, Dan0. You're at 29. You have Reno in hand. Please, sir. Tap. All right, well, the backstab plus the weapon will kill this 3/5. And you'll get to play a 6/6 Edwin Van Cleef. Twisting Nether will clean this up, but you won't be able to You won't be able to develop anything behind it, but you know what you could do after this Twisting Nether? You could tap. You can. You actually can. There is no 3-card combination in Rogue that will just go, oh my god, it's a tap! Dan0 is tapped, everybody. Okay, let's just shut the stream down now. Dan0 is tapped. Alright, so Mattatarms has a very strong play of dagger hit face. Alright, this is a great Twilight Drake here, but you could have made it a 4-6 with just one simple tap, one simple push of a button. Could have saved this Twilight Drake from a 4 or 5 Hellscape and made it a 4-6. So he's gonna doom off a single Twilight Drake. Just trying to draw into the deck and find some damage. Cruel the Unshackled, that'll give him a free Doom Guard. And that Doom and a Jiraxis. I forgot the Jiraxis was also in there. That Doom would have been real good on this board. Unfortunately, it is no longer a tool available to Mattatarms. But let's see. Mattatarms does have quite a bit of damage. The South Sea Deckhand is, oh my god, but he's facing down lethal this turn. I think that's going to do it. So he could do 10, 14, Shadow Step, 20, 22, 23... 23 damage this turn. Cruel closes the game out. Wow, Cruel the Unshackled, which by the way, I don't know if you ever noticed this, but Cruel is not actually the big demon that's got the shackles on. It's actually the little gnome dude in the front. Alright, so here comes Leroy. Here comes 2 Cold Bloods. If he had like a prep of this or something, it'd still be 1 damage short. And that's going to do it. Dan0's going to take the series 3-1. After not tapping for 1,500 straight turns, he still found Reno. He still found Cruel with 2 demons to play. Amazing. Amazing, amazing stuff. Congratulations to Dan0. He will go up 1 to a record of 1-0, and that will mean Matt will fall to a record of 0-1, and that is definitely a rough spot when you're first starting out, because the way that the Dills Hearthstone League works, for anybody who's not familiar, it is like an 8-week long Swiss season, right? So last season, to make the playoffs, to make the top 8 playoffs, you had to at least have a record of 5-3. Now, the 5-3 person only got in after a series of tiebreakers because there were a lot of 5-3 people. So 7-1, 6-2, and 8-0 are really your kind of guaranteed ways into the top 8. But 5-3 is kind of like you're right on the cusp, and it's possible to get in there, but very difficult. So starting out the season 0-1 means you're going to have to come close to running the table the rest of the season to make it in. So Dan0 is your winner. Congratulations to him. He will go up to the 1-0 record, and he will have a nice shot at getting in there. And tomorrow, actually, we'll have 2 more matches available for you guys. Let me go ahead and look up who those are. I believe it's Buckeye Fitzy and Big K. Let me check this out. We're going to have 2 matches tomorrow night. These will all go up on YouTube as well. I believe it's Buckeye Fitzy and Big K, or Buckeye Fitzy and Clinch, maybe? And Magooch and somebody else as well. I'll have to look it up, but we will be back tomorrow with 2 more games. I would be doing a normal stream tonight after this, but unfortunately I have to go take care of some things tonight. But tomorrow we'll have a nice long stream before the DHL games, and then we'll do some of these more the DHL matches after that. So tomorrow will be a nice long stream, and then Saturday, of course, will be the Hex stream. We'll be having Matt over here doing the Hex stream with me. That should be a lot of fun as well. So thank you guys for watching. Congratulations, Dan0. He is now 1-0 in the league, and it's a good start. I saw some interesting, weird, wild stuff here in these decks. So thank you guys for bringing those out. And if you guys want to join the DHL, You'll have to wait for season 4, but once the season is up, it'll be available to everybody who's a sub or a patron. But stay tuned for 8 weeks. We'll be casting games. I'm not playing this season, so I'll be casting games every single week. I'll be pulling some featured matches out of what's available, and then we'll have the top 8 at the end of the season. So lots and lots of action left on the DHL. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.